Hello, everyone. I'm Master KK from Circle 96.
Hi, Master Guo from Circle 96.
All right, this is the first recording for condo review in 2023.
Yes, haven't been doing that for like a few months, so suddenly I forget what we always do. What we always do,
We've been busy with our TikTok, and
Mm,
then we realized that a lot of condos are doing very well, and I think we need to give the buyers idea what they're buying, basically. Okay, so today we're going to change a lot of our presentation style. We're
mm.
going to do a new way of presenting our feng shui to you. Okay, and this will be 7 most unexpected facts, feng shui facts, about Tembusu Grand. And what we say here is based on our what do you call it?
Our expertise.
Expertise, correct? Okay, and I realized something.
What
I
thing?
don't have the click the
Then you have to take the mouse and
yeah.
click.
Click
Oh.
more than click. Well, we stop first.
Anyway, we haven't been doing a condo review for quite a few months, so it's a bit rusty. Of course, rusty not in terms of the feng shui skill set, more about the technical things like how to set up the computer, how to set up the mic, how to set up the camera, all this. That is the trickiest part. I think we go out see feng shui, right? 都没有这样难
Correct. Right. I was telling many of my clients, feng shui masters these days are not feng shui masters anymore. We own
Influencers.
we need to do studios. We have our lightings, camera, sound system, pole, mic, everything.
Yes.
Screen.
Like a mini studio like that,
Yes,
like a
yes.
recording studio. So end up we become like AV personnel more than practicing feng shui.
Correct. Okay. So we're going to start today. Now we'll talk about our company. First and foremost, we are a team of 6 of us. We have Master Sharon, the founder. Master Guo is here. Master Simas, Master Eric, and Master Charlene. Okay. And whatever we're going to inform you today on this video is based on our personal opinion. Circle 96 LLP or Corporate Feng Shui Guru Private Limited is not liable for any loss, expenses, damage, or illness whatsoever relating to investment decision or feng shui implementation made by the audience. The information presented here are for reference and educational purpose only. Okay, and many people want to sell you a property. They tell you there's many schools nearby. So it's Tembusu Grand. Tembusu Grand has basically many schools, 6, 7 schools nearby. Okay, I just put up some of the four schools based on the pictures that we can find, and then nicely put that up. Okay, the most famous one is probably Zhongzhen Zhongxue.
Okay.
Main school, Zhongzhen Zhongxue, and then there's also Canadian International Schools. There's also Tanjong Katong Girls School, Tanjong Katong Secondary School, Tanjong Katong Primary School. So, however, Master, as you know, schools is what element is that?
Fire element.
Right. Schools is fire element. So maybe a lot of property agents are not feng shui trained. Obviously, there are many of them are not feng shui trained, and if they want to sell you a property, they tell there's many schools nearby. But are schools really good for you? So the facts number one we're going to share with you. Come, Master, you want to tell us?
To be simple, right? Like just now what we say, school is the fire element. Okay, so it have to be in the right sector. So if you look at the map now, right, with all the east, southeast, all this out, right, you see the north with school is good. The east with school is no good. The south with school is good. And the west with school is no good. Okay, then you see the 东南西北, the east, south, northwest, right, all got school. So doesn't mean that got school is very good. A lot of people always say more school the better. Okay, for property, if there is school, right, the good thing is easier to sell because why your children need to go to school. So the property agent will tell you that, hey, with school are very good. But in terms of feng shui, right, the school have to be at the right place, right sector. Take for example, you look at the map. If the school appear in the east sector, right, it's going to affect the firstborn son. Okay, then of course, maybe he will have a very bad temper, might have some liver issue to the people living inside, some leg issue. Okay, then with a school in the west, wow, can you imagine the west represent our mouth? Your mouth got fire, you know, it's not something that is very favorable. So these two sector, right, it's not very favorable to have schools.
Yeah, maybe also have a lot of dental issues.
Yes,
So
dental issue, asthmatic issue, or often sore throat or all this thing.
correct.
Okay, then nowadays COVID, best is not to have all this thing lah.
Correct.
Mm.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're trying to prove to you here is that not necessarily school are good for you. Okay, and before we actually carry on, I want to tell everybody, and I want to give a shout out to the people, the good people of Street Directory. I strongly suggest everyone, if you are looking to buy a property, always use a Street Directory. Okay, they are very good, and they are very precise, very colorful, and most important thing, they are very, very good in telling you what elements is it, or by just looking at the colors. So as you can see, the schools are in pink color or peach color, and it's fire element already. Straight away you can tell. Okay, good. So schools are not good for you. And if you take no good look at the map we have here, the schools happens to be in the four sectors: the north, the south, the east, and the west. And there are four. Out of these four, only two are good, two are not good. Okay, good. Master, I think this is very useful. So this is the facts number one we are showing to everybody.
Yep.
Okay, so do not fall in the trap. Pardon me. Do not fall into the trap when they tell you there are a lot of schools. So they'll not be very good for you. Especially what Master Ho has said. If in the west side, probably a lot of quarrels going on in the family. A lot of effects of harmony. Okay.
Yes, because the west also signifies happiness.
Good. So we're going to talk about a bit of the east. I know this place pretty well because when I was much younger, I was helping my father to do his manpower business.
You got girlfriend there, right?
No, we actually built headquarters.
Oh, I thought you got girlfriend there.
We actually helped to build headquarters. We supplied the manpower to build headquarters, and headquarters is actually built by the Australian company. Okay, so I spent a lot of time in that area. So as you can see from the map, from the screen itself, Tembusu Grand is over there. On the right hand side, you have the head court and the Siraya court, right? So the two words court is really not auspicious. Okay. Yes, we want to highlight to you every time you see a property, you need to look at the surrounding, the names of the surrounding building. So I remember once I was in school, I was in Feng Shui school, I was still learning my trade. As you know, I don't believe in Feng Shui before. So Master Sharon, my wife, and our founder sent me to school. I was actually educated and converted before practicing Feng Shui. So when I was in school, I challenged the classmates. We do a practical very stringent, as you know, even in practical class, teachers are very stringent, and we need to, by looking at the environment and everything, we need to know what's happening in the past 12 years, the health sector, the luck cycle, and etc. So I saw this Bedok court, and I divinated. I says in that particular year, the household owner may or have to attend many court issues or lawsuit or legal suits. Worst scenario. The least scenario is a lot of summons, summon, etc. And true to the metal, the owner of the home told us, yes, that year they have a lot of issues with his custody. So he married his wife, and his wife, ex-husband, is trying to fight for custody for her child. So they've been into courts many times that particular year. All right. So here again, Tembusu is on your left hand side, and head court and Siraya court is on right hand side. Basically, it's on the east. East represents east represents the year 2023, which is this year. It may affect you already. So you may say, "Hey, master, I have not moved in." Well, based on what I saw on the news, you have 53% sold on the first opening weekend for Tembusu. So 53% of people that purchase this property would have experienced such issues or going to experience such issue this year already.
Could they have issue with this development?
I don't know. Okay, so how do you confirm this? Go back 12 years. So whatever happens in the past, history repeats itself.
The previous rabbit year.
Yeah, the previous rabbit was 2011. Correct. So take a look whether you have any legal suit, any lawsuit, you have trouble with the law, etc., etc., and then you'll be able to better judge yourself. Okay, so this is just a highlight to you. So a lot of people purchase property without knowing what they're into. A lot of people, when they went to buy a pair of jeans, they literally scrutinize the pair of jeans. They make sure the seams are correct, they make sure the button is correct, they make sure the zips are correct. But they buy an expensive house like that, they do not bother to look for a second opinion. All right. I'm not saying think bad about the developer or the property agents. But you must understand, developers and property agents only want to sell you their products, only want to get their deals closed. Whatever happens after that, it's your problem already, not theirs. Okay. So as our job is to make sure that you have harmony, health, and prosperity in your current new house. So that's our job. Okay, it's a different sector. When you have dental issues, look for a dentist. Ask a fishmonger, I got dental issue, what should I do? So if you ask the correct people, you get the correct answer. That's very important. All right, you agree with me, Master?
Of course.
So now I want to highlight to you that you really need to look into your paperwork. Even if you're considering to buy Tembusu, you have great interest in it, the energy level tells us that maybe the year 2023 is also a year that you want to look into your legal things. Okay, good. Do not be caught in between and then you get some issues. All right. Anything to share, Master, about this?
No.
Okay, good. So that's fact number 2. So again, we're going to show the map, which is by Street Directory, the good people of Street Directory. We're going to put Tembusu in the center again, and then going to sector out into 8 sector. Okay, so as you can see, now we're going to highlight to you this one. So it happens in the east sector, the head court and Surya court. Okay, so it's very clear. So now you know how to read the map properly. All right, once you are trained, you're able to tell many things, many details from the map itself. All right. Now, what is this? This is also a map from Google Earth. So I want to also shout out to the good people in Google Earth. Thank you so much for using technology to make our life really easy. Thank you for providing such beautiful and precise, clear photographs for us to do our work. All right, and I hope you guys also look into Street Directory and Google Map at the same time when you do a house selection. They provide excellent information. Now, what you can see here is there's a number 8. There's a Bedok Steel Road South.
The Chinese like it.
Chinese like it.
Far.
Okay.
Far. That's why they like it.
Okay. So this is in the southeast sector of Tembusu. Okay.
Yep.
The southeast sector of Tembusu, and there's this flyover there, and there's this what do you call it? Highway. Okay. ECP highway.
Heavy expressway.
Okay. So we are Tembusu in the center again, and then you can see that's in the east sector. All right. That's this flyover, or rather not flyover, but rather the expressway. Meaning to say, the year 2023, east is the year 2023. You're going to have a lot of changes. All right. You're going to experience maybe getting married, maybe new child born, maybe change of job, maybe moving house, or maybe you're selling a house so that you're able to buy Tembusu Grand, and of course also maybe you change of department. Right? Positive change. Okay, so beware to make sure that you are experiencing in the year 2011. Yeah, tell yourself whether you have any changes. Can recall. That's how you testify whether this is going to be useful for you. Okay, good. So, Master, any comment about this?
This flyover, right? If you look at it closely, okay, it's at the very far end of the east sector. So it probably happens in the second half or last quarter of the year.
Correct.
Yep.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree, Master. Okay.
So there might be changes come second half of the year.
Okay. Yeah, which is a couple of months away from now.
Yep.
April already.
Yeah, maybe a few more months you will start to see what is coming.
Yeah, even you're not moved in, but the energy tells us that this is going to change. It's going to happen. Okay, good. All right, so a bit of a commercial time, a bit of time to promote what's different between Feng Shui, traditional Feng Shui, and versus modern Feng Shui. So Circle 96 practice modern Feng Shui. So modern Feng Shui basically do not sell any products or any auspicious item. We basically use what existing you have at home to enhance your house, to solve all the remedies that are giving you some problems. For example, like I said, at school, in the rock center, what we're going to do, for example, if there's a head court or the Syria court, what are you going to do? Right? These are able to resolve using what you have at home already. All right, this is my house come studio. As you can see, what we place behind is basically all Feng Shui item, a lot of books.
Yep.
And artifacts. The artifacts are also given by clients. Not we didn't buy them. Okay. Toys, or my mother travel and then start giving me toys, or a pillow above our head. 高枕无忧.
Wow.
my mother give me all these things lah. Okay, so yeah, we're proud to say that anybody who comes into Circle 96 house, the moment you walk in, they don't know you have seen Feng Shui. Right? Good. And this is again the street directory that we are going to share with you. This is again your 8 sector. It's important to know the 8 sector, because by knowing the 8 sector, you know the years in every sector, the elements, and also the, the important aspect of when it's going to happen to you, what's going to happen to you. So I just highlighted that as Sungai Gelang. It's actually a river, Gelang River.
Yep.
Okay, Gelang River is actually a bend over there. As you can see, I circle it up. This bend is what we call a bow and arrow, literally shooting directly into Tembusu. Okay, yes, master.
Don't mistaken for cubic arrow. It's also arrow, but cubic arrow is different from this arrow.
Correct.
Yeah, because from the looks of it, right, this bow and arrow, right, definitely is bad things will happen. Can be loss of kin, loss of job, can be someone pass away, or betrayal from your partners, friends, or whatever. So yeah, this is something that have to be addressed.
Yeah, it can also be quarrel.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to talk a bit about the West sector, because the West sector is very interesting. When we did our homework just now, we saw a lot of things and we want to share with you. You know, the thing about us, that once you see this, and then we just want to share with people that are like-minded, and then hopefully this will give you some valuable information, and then you make a clever choice, you make an educated choice, because buying property is going to cost you so much money. It's go by the millions. So when you know what you're buying into, you obviously are more confident, okay, and better value for you, and you know what's going to expect. So the arrow comes from the Dakota area, right? The whole area, Dakota MRT station, Waterbank, Dakota, etc., etc. There's also an international school over there, and the arrow coming from the West sector, like I must say, the worst scenario could be a death in the family, and which year is it? It's going to be the year 2029. Okay, so I want you to go back and think again, recall, was there any atrocity that happened in 2017? Example, did you have a breakup? Do you have a bad quarrel? Do you lost a job? Was there a backstab by colleague, mispromotion, accident, miscarriage, loss in investment, etc.? Okay, because West also represents collections. If you're a business person, maybe that year has a very bad collection. You did some
maybe
good money,
people run away with your money.
Yeah, we run away with money. Okay, it also can be some, like I said, some throat infection, serious throat infection, dental issues, with extraction of wisdom tooth, etc. Okay, Dakota, the meaning of Dakota, it literally means happiness. So, 乐极生悲 can be very happy, then overlook certain things and then cause problems for you. Okay, that's a school over there. It's called Broderick School, and Broderick is actually the son for Roderick. Broderick is the son for Roderick, as the Irish name. Okay, it means red-headed. Okay, people red hair. So be careful if you're dealing with someone that's of a non-Asian ethnic. You want to be careful, because that would be also a sign that someone from overseas is going to sabotage you.
Okay? Shoot you arrow.
Shoot arrow.
Not cubic.
Betrayer. Okay.
Yep.
So these are something that we see, and we want to warn you. If you can see closely, the next picture will show you better. But now I want to share it with you first. The arrow passed through Zhongzhen High School, and we all know Zhongzhen High School has a very beautiful pond. All right. So if the arrow passed through the pond, you will stop the arrow. But unfortunately, the arrow, as you can see, just missed the pond by a little bit. So it goes straight directly to Tembusu Grand. Okay, I know the pond. I've not been to Chongqing High School, but my father is an old boy of Chongqing High School, and he took a picture in a school pond before, and it's still hanging in my mother's house. Okay, as you can see, this is the Tembusu arrows coming from the Sungai Gelang, right, and the pond is over there. All right, so it just missed a little bit, because if the arrow is coming and have a pond there, the pond will stop the arrow. Right, that means it will not cause any damage to you. But unfortunately, in this case, missed by a few meters. Unfortunately, so brace yourself. 2029. because this property is going to be ready by 2027. So once you moved in already 2029, you will be careful. Also, because its arrow is coming from the west sector represents the third daughter. We need to say you must have two sister above, two 姐姐 above the third daughter, and then the third daughter. So maybe when you're expecting your third girl, get the best gynae, because that also represents difficult in pregnancy for that year, not for the year, for the daughter. Okay, difficult labor or a bit poor health for the third daughter. If you're a third daughter yourself, you tell yourself, you ask your mommy, was it difficult to give birth to you, or during your pregnancy, or you're generally very weak when you're much younger. Okay, good, Master. How's that? All right, good. Now we're going to come back to the map again. This one is interesting because this is something we've shared so many scary things to our client, our potential clients. Okay, so or the audience, we're going to share something that's better, happier.
I thought our job is to inject fear in them.
Oh no, we inject the correct information in them.
Not inject fear. Okay.
Right, we're going to inject the correct information, not necessarily fear. Everything that's good or bad will not hold our tongue to tell you straight up front. Okay, that's us. Okay, and we're not doing this because the property agent paid us. We're doing this because we know the trade and we want to share as much as possible with you. Obviously, you paid money for the property. You want to know what you're buying. Okay, good. As you can see, I will show you the street directory again. And this time around, I've circled up all the MRT station under construction and already currently servicing. I think some of them will be ready by the time
should be ready by this 1 to 2 years.
2024.
Yes, because MRT station, right, generally will be good. Just that if they are still under construction, right, that means they are construction. They are not MRT station yet.
Correct.
Yes. But of course, for the future, it will be good because by the time when you shift in, get the key and shift in, right, probably all the MRT station will be up.
Correct. I understand 2024, the Marine Parade MRT station will be up. So as you can see here, there are 5 MRT stations, and therefore in the year 2023, there's one MRT station. 2024 and 25, there's one MRT station. 2006, shared the same MRT station as Southeast. 2027 and 28, the Southwest has an MRT station, and there are 2 MRT stations in 2029. Okay, so go back and recall again. Was 2011, 2021, 2011, 2012, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. Generally, good year for you. Okay, because once you have an MRT station, it means prosperity. Congregation of human beings brings 人气. 人气 brings money. Now I have a client who stays in Goodman Road, and there was a MRT station in the southeast sector. I asked him, was it a very good year for you in 2012 and 2013? He recalled and tell me I could walk on water. So one MRT station, you could walk on water. You have 5 MRT stations here. You can fly on water. However, Master Kwa did mention something very interesting, and I totally agree with him just now when we were doing our homework. Master Kwa, you said this MRT is slightly away from the house.
Yes, it's very far away. So it also tells us that if you work overseas or you work in a foreign company, or if you are a local company that probably deals with foreign customers or foreign client, will be more beneficial to you because the good are all at the far. So 你要跑到很远 to earn the money.
Good.
Yeah.
So like what Master Kwa has mentioned, we all have to work for foreign banks better, or foreign companies better, not necessarily a bank, foreign companies better, or bring a product from overseas, or have your business conducted for overseas market. It's much better for you.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next highlight of these facts, unexpected facts I want to tell you. There is a school for the deaf in Singapore, in near Mountbatten. The school for the deaf has closed down already. They have no longer in operation already. We have close to about 500,000 people in Singapore that have hearing impairment. Okay, so the numbers has dropped drastically, and before they closed down, they only have 2 children attending school. Okay, so they've closed down already. So the thing is that, but it has this flavor in there. The Wee Tao Santanapin, the flavor is still there. It's in the west sector of the property of your property from Tambutsu. Okay, there's another orphanage also. Jamia
Children
Children's Home.
home.
So it's an orphanage, and it's also a home and school for children that are abused or neglected, or their parents have no longer with them, so they house them here. Uh, this also has closed down already in 2019. So you have two empty schools or empty buildings in the west sector. Okay. However, like I said just now, the flavor is still there. There's still element of energy left over, the residues of energy left over in this area. Where has been communication? Right? When West have communication, but you have hearing impairments, schools or hearing issues, schools around, it means when you talk,
Nobody listen.
correct,
Because communication have
breakdown.
some problem.
Yeah, breakdown already. Okay, and West been happiness. Right, West represents happiness, symbolize happiness. So when you have an orphanage over there, it means sometimes children felt that they're neglected as well. Okay, maybe the third daughter, because West represents the third daughter.
Yep.
Okay, so I really hope that you look into such issues. Um, what we share with you is not based on textbook. We are masters that actually goes down into house and properties to actually hands-on almost every day. All right, so what we share with you is based on our experience, based on our knowledge that we did our job in other people's house. Okay, so the west sector. Now, Master, if you recall, there's a Chongqing High School in the west sector as well.
Yep.
Okay, Chongqing High School is fire element. You mentioned a school in the west sector is not good for you. So people, properties owners of Tembusu, if you're thinking of giving your children singing lessons, don't bother. Okay? Save the money. Okay, all right. I'll do a bit of
Goyo selling.
selling again. Okay, so a bit of commercial time. I hope you can bear with me. So we have a book for you. It's called the first ever book produced by a Feng Shui consultant company to help you to select a property. Okay, this is a physical book. It's a physical book itself, and this book will tell you how to do mapping out, like what we did just now, how to map the street directory. We also tell you what is good and what is not good in each sector. For example, as you can see, this is the north sector. All right, the north sector will tell you which buildings, when it appears in the north, they're not good for you, and how many times the building appear. Sometimes two schools, like you say, that's how you saw just now, two schools in the north sector, and then also there are two schools in the east, in the west sector, etc. So how many times it appears, and all you need to do is just mark up. The moment you mark them out already, you can come to the point sector where you actually mark out how many points upon it. Okay, if it's above 4, then it's not good for you already. 4 is borderline, above 4 is not good for you. Okay, so when it is not good for you, what are the elements or what are illness or which year is not good for you, or which family members will affect, it's all written here. All right, this was box up to you, tell you what kind of illnesses are you going to expect. For example, the kidney issues for the enigma, okay, hearing problems, yeah, all here. It's reflected here. Okay, good. So all this book is useful for you, and it comes at a very, very, very cheap price of $47 only. Okay, so the first 20 people who purchase get a 30 minutes house analysis. All you need to do is just call Wendy at 8448-7416. Okay, and if you are looking to buy property, and we'll give you a promotion for 3 properties house selection. As you saw just now, looking for property is really not easy. All right, many things to consider, and you're not trained. So apart from the book, if you are thinking that you want us to help you to select a better property for you, for the 6 people that watch this video, you get to come to us, get a free book plus a special price of 1,088 from a normal price of $2,388. Okay, don't be what we tell people. It's so expensive. It's not expensive. You're buying a $1 million house, $2 million house. The little money helps you to save your family from a lot of atrocity, a lot of problems, and a lot of issues. Especially if you're thinking of buying Tambutsu, and then whatever we mentioned just now do coincide with what you experienced before, then you know the value of our service. Okay. Yes, okay. So again, this would be the street directory, a map again, and the 8th sector. All right. Now you see this empty plot of land over here. Okay, I want you to bring your attention to the northwest sector. Master, before we actually go into the picture and tell people what we discover here, maybe you want to share with our audience what are the elements in and what does it northwest symbolize?
Northwest, right, is represented by the metal element.
Mm.
Okay, it stands for father.
Mm.
Okay, it can also represent money. It can
Mm.
represent authority,
Mm.
your head,
Mm.
all this thing.
Mm.
Okay, so what's next?
Okay.
The map,
The map tells you that there's police
police.
logistic department over
Okay,
there. If you can look in very clearly into the top right hand corner, there's a picture, signboard telling you towards the direction of the police logistic
lost
department.
and unclaimed.
Correct.
It
It's
tells
also
us that your father is lost and unclaimed.
no.
Lost in which lady's bed, we don't know.
Okay. So lost and unclaimed, it also represents that you lost some money,
Yes,
some valuable. Like what Master
yes.
Paul mentioned just now, Northwest represents money. It also represents valuables. Okay. It also represents authority. Maybe your authority will be challenged the year. Which year is it? It's going to be the year 2030,
18, 19,
2030,
and
2031.
31.
Yeah.
Yes.
So on the past was 2018, 2019. Now recall back, did you lost some money in the year 2018, 2019? Be it investment or be it you lend some people some money, people borrowed some money from you and never returned to you.
And it's quite a big sum of
That's
money.
quite a big sum of money. Yeah. Okay. Or even you lost some money from business. Okay.
Yep.
It can also be collection problems. Remember we mentioned just now, West has a big school over there, and a betrayer from the bow and arrow from the West sector. It could also means that business you did in 2017 you did not manage to collect it in 2018 and 2019. Okay, it could also be that because business has 30 days to 60 days to 90 days,
Yep.
and so maybe you pass that month already, and then you pass the 30 the payment term. Okay, so once you have the lost and found, unclaimed department is really not good for you. Okay, a second property that we are very concerned would be there's a vacant army
Army
camp.
camp.
Yeah,
Because army camp in the northwest sector, right, actually represents your money.
quite wealth.
And the worst thing is vacant. So that means someone take away your money
Correct.
and it's a lump sum.
Correct. It's a very big camp. It's a huge
Yes.
camp, and the camp has been vacant for a long time. If you drive
Yes.
along the Lima Road, you actually can see this camp. Okay, so as you can see here is the found and unclaimed property
Office.
office, and then you have this map over here again to tell you that this is a big,
Army
big
camp.
army camp. Okay,
Vacant army camp.
yeah. Okay, there's a big vacant army camp, and there's this
Police logistic
and
department.
it's all happening in your northwest sector. Okay, so northwest sector also have police stations. Sorry, this petrol station. Okay, you also have a school there.
School.
Yeah, so basically, the father can also be a bit
Bad temper, foul temper.
yeah,
Yeah. And very easily like to
flare out,
flare out,
yeah,
frustrated easily.
short fuse, basically short
Mm.
fuse. Army in very fierce one. Okay, of course, schools with fire element, petrol station with fire element. So the male owner, the male owner or father in this estate, sometimes tend to be a bit hot headed, or the family members, one of them will probably have some migraine issues. Okay, so all these are concern, but definitely money is a concern.
Yep.
So if you can recall what we showed you just now, the MRT stations, there are two MRT stations in the west sector. Okay, so I always tell people, 看好就收. Maybe by then you want to move out because you're going to face atrocity already. Okay, that's one of the remedy. Of course, you say if you like that place, then you really need to do something about your house. You really need to do precaution. Okay, good. At least what we can do is we can help you in that aspect. Okay, so for friends who are interested to have better feng shui, you can actually get all these books from us. You can download from this website. For peace of mind is basically for the first book that written by myself and Master Sharon is for people who currently have a house ready and how do you want to improve your house. Okay, the 7 piece of vital information your property agents can't share with you. They can't share with you because they want to sell the house. But they probably know, but they don't want to share with you. Okay, and that's about home selection. Okay, and number 7 is a deadly Feng Shui mistake that many business owner made. This one is published in 2020 when people having problem with their COVID and they don't know why their colleagues are doing their friends the same business with them are doing very well, but they're not doing well. Maybe you play something wrong and then there you go. Okay, there's this book written by all the masters as well for health for mother. Okay, so we created a book for mother's health, and we have a lot of masters here that children are doing very well. Even our master Shalin is a 才子, master Simas is a 才子. So we are sharing with you how to get better for your school's grade for children. Okay, and once you get a keys to your house, you want to renovate your place, then you want to read the 27 interior design myth. For example, why the main door cannot don't have to have a screen in center to block the shooting arrow, etc. Why you cannot have mirrors in front of your bed, but you can have mirror in front of the bed, so long you provided that the mirror is placed correctly. Okay, so these are all information we want to share with you. All right, you can download from that website. Okay, good. And again, time to sell something. I'm sorry I have to mention that. After all, we are professional feng shui consultant company, but this is a book that if you want to buy the home selection checklist workbook, just scan this QR code. If you want to do a feng shui audit, just scan this QR code. One of our masters will definitely be very happy to go and serve you and create a better harmony, prosperity, and healthy house for you. Okay. Then the most popular one is home selection, house selection. Okay. When you buy the wrong pair of jeans, you need to do a lot of alterations. Same thing when you buy the wrong car, you need to do a lot of servicing and repair. When you buy the wrong house, many things have to be remedied. So try not to buy the wrong house for a start. Okay.
Sell it at Carousel.
My master got very famous already. I'm not so sure you can sell a house in Carousel. I think you can. Can you?
Can. As long as there's a willing buyer, there'll be willing sellers.
Okay. So, but of course, your seller also probably watching a lot of videos, so they
Maybe.
know what to buy and what not to buy. Okay. So yeah, if they're not good, sell on
Carousel.
Okay. All right. Good. The rest will be for fan club. Okay. So that's about it. We have shared so much information with you. Thank you for spending the last 30 over minutes with us. Okay. And if any comments, just let Wendy know. Just call 8448-7416 and we will be happy to be in contact with you. Okay. That's all.
Yep, I think that's all.
Yep. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.